Sorry guys, I got some automotive stuff coming up, but I've been really hitting the smoker heavy. Practicing with the smoker as much as I can. This on here is called a tenderloin end butt. It's like a pork shoulder, like a pork butt, but it's called a tenderloin end butt. Just living life, L-I-V-I-N. Trying it out right now. So freaking juicy. Delicious. Well, I'm going to throw a few pictures of the munchkin in here so you guys can see her real quick. What are you doing? All right, now that all the mushy gushy stuff is out of the way, isn't she beautiful? She's so, man, I just love her to death. And I'm so thankful. The Lord has blessed me with such a beautiful family. I haven't really been posting a whole lot lately. Just because I've been kind of down. I've been thinking about, my career choices, my life choices and stuff. I'm getting older. It's hard for me to lose weight. I'm going to see a primary care here soon to try to figure out if there's another route for me to, to try to get healthier. It seems like almost impossible that to get up every morning like I have, not every morning, but I have been more often getting up, working out, eating healthier and cleaner, and it's barely budging. But there's got to be something, so I'm going to try to explore what those venues are, and I'm not looking for your guys' opinion on the help and stuff like that. I'm trying to do everything that it takes to get where I need to be. And one of the things I'm struggling with right now is my job. I get paid good, don't get me wrong, not the best, but I get paid good. My insurance is phenomenal. My department is very easy to work in, and management really does like me where I'm at. But there is one manager that I'm having a direct problem with, and it's because of my time. I spoke up about my time getting abused, asking for personal favors and stuff like that, and can you work on my friend's vehicle, can you do this, can you do that, and can you do this oil change or this tire patch. And I finally got to a point where I was like, I'm not going to keep doing stuff for you for free. And I actually talked to the general manager about it, and I was like, look, I'm tired of this. I'm not anybody's bitch. I'm here to make money, to do a job, work on dealer cars or my own cars or even employee cars, but through the dealer, the right way. If I'm working on it, I'm getting paid, and I didn't get paid on quite a few jobs, like a handful of jobs. There's probably a good solid 5 or 6 jobs, and I'm not going to keep doing that. So I talked to the general manager about it, and we all sat down and we had a meeting to kind of bring this out, and it did come out. The other manager did tell the truth that he did ask me to do some things that were personal, and I didn't get paid for it. So the main manager said, and the vice president of the company said, you're going to take care of him, you're going to pay him, and you're going to stop doing this. That's just how it's going to be. And since then, since this meeting happened, me and him really haven't talked at all. We've said hi here and there. I've had him, I asked for some help on getting some parts in, that parts were having a hard time getting in, so he had to get involved to get them in. We don't talk a lot anymore now that the giveaway stuff is gone. and he's not able to use it. And the vice president of the company says nobody can, there's going to be no retaliation for this, because you should be able to come forward and speak up about stuff like this. And if there is any kind of retaliation, then we're going to have a problem. So the only one that can fire Rich from his position moving forward is me, the vice president of the company. And he said if Rich is ever, if he's got a problem, we got to talk about it, then squash it, take care of it. Because I don't work in the same department as everybody else, so things are different for me than it is them. I work directly for sales, but through the service department. And some things have gotten better since the meeting, but I have, uncertainty about certain things. So I started searching other jobs to see what was out there. My resume is up on Indeed. Recently, I had a trucking company call me up, and they're looking for a service manager, and I fit all the criteria that they needed. I interviewed with them, and everything went extremely well. They said give us about a week. We got one more candidate that we're looking at, and we'll see from there, what we want to do. And the pay was very high for this position. It's not just a trucking company. There's like a distribution hub there. There's the trucking outfit there. It's over 100 trucks that you're in charge of. And they liked what I had to say about preventative maintenance and stuff. You guys know that's my thing. So I got a call from them about a week later stating that they hired from within. One of the technicians that's been there for a long time wanted to attempt to try the position out and see if he's cut out for it and see if they're happy with his performance. So they would rather give him a chance before hiring somebody new, and if it doesn't work out, they'll give me a call. Anyway, and then Ford called me up. I don't know if you guys know Ziegler Auto Group. They're huge. They got like 40 some locations, and they called me up. They would like for me to move out to the North Riverside store, which is it's about a 25-minute drive there, and it's probably like a 25 to 40-minute drive home. Benefits would probably be about the same, maybe not as good as where I'm at right now. Ziegler did say that they'd give me $5 more an hour than the place I'm at now, and actually it's more than $5 an hour. What's up there? They have a different type of pay system there. They're losing one of their senior guys because he's moving closer to family. He's been driving an hour and a half every day to work, and like an hour and 45 minutes home, and he just didn't realize it was that far when he took the job. So he's just kind of tired of doing it. It's like either an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and a half here, and then an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes home, whatever. So they offered me $5 more an hour to come in, and then they said you get a bonus every 4 or 5 hours. I forget how the scale works. It's like once you hit 35 hours, you automatically, anything over 35 hours, you get a $1.25 an hour raise up to 39. And that starts at the beginning, 0. So 39 hours at your 45 would turn into 46.25, and then from 40 to 44 hours, you get another $1.50 on top of that, and then from 45 to 50, it's another $1.50 on top of that. So at the end of a pay period, let's just say you turned 50, 60 hours that week, and then 50, 60 hours the next week. At the end of the month, you could be getting easily a $1,000 bonus check for the extra hours that you turned. So it's definitely a huge incentive to bring techs on board and help cover some of what you would lose insurance-wise, and then make some extra. And they said I have the position. I can start anytime I wanted. They said the guy, he's like, I love your personality. I'm a vet just like you're a vet. He said I've been brought back twice out of retirement, and I typically come in to fix problems when dealers are having problems. So he said, if you want this position, it's yours. Just if you wait too long and I fill it, then obviously it's not yours. But he said you got a couple weeks to decide. Where I'm at is pretty stable. It's like I said, it's good money. Last week I turned 50 hours, 50 or 55 hours last week in a 40-hour week. And this week I'm on board I'm projected to probably turn somewhere between 55 and 60 hours this week. But not every week is like that. I expressed some concerns today at our meeting that we're going to start having every Tuesday, that in the used car department, some things I don't like is it's not managed very well when it comes to my time. When they're parking customer vehicles out in the parking lot, they typically they line them up in front of all the used cars, the wholesale cars, auction cars, trade-in cars, and then I have to go upstairs, get a key, come back downstairs. By the time I come back downstairs, there's another car on top that I have to move on top of the car that's already there. And there's a lot of times where it's 15-20 minutes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And at the end of the week, I may have wasted 4, 5, 6 hours of moving cars back and forth that I'm not getting paid for. And when we're looking at time is money, that's not my fault. If my direct supervisor is not there to get my paperwork pushed through to sales to get them to approve everything, and it's somebody else that's not very experienced with used cars, my hours are way down. That week I might be lucky if I get 35 hours because the paperwork's just not moving. The cars aren't getting turned in. Jobs aren't getting booked out appropriately. If the used car manager's not in, then same thing. I'm waiting on cars, I'm waiting on repair orders. My hours are down because nobody else wants to cover down on that position to do that job as efficiently as the people that normally do that job. So no matter what, I get screwed. And then with me being the one that has to go out to the parking lot and move all the cars all the time, do all the test driving and stuff like that, I eat up a lot of time that I could be making if I had been working on a car. So basically they said to just grab one of the senior porters and have them go move the cars for me. Well, then I'm still sitting waiting for cars to be brought in. But they basically said you can do it to where you get yourself set up where you got 3 or 4 cars out, and then take him the key tags for those 3 or 4 cars and go give them to him and say, hey, I'm going to be working on this next car for a couple hours. Get all those cars pulled down here and line them up in a row for me. So I could just go out there and get them and pull them in, pull them in, pull them in, pull them in. I said, okay, that helps. That does work. At least there's some promise there that we could do something like this. But I'm seeing the holes in this job, and nobody has made it this long in this position where I'm at. They said normally 3 or 4 months, 5 months. If you're lucky, 6 months. You might have a guy in this position. They leave and they go somewhere else. They said you're literally the first one in 20 years that I've seen stay in this position over 6 months. And on top of that, they said we've never seen anybody get paid the amount of money that you get paid to be in this position. So you must be doing something right. So I like where I'm at. Don't get me wrong. The benefits are great. I just have some issues with one of the managers, and it was a personal thing. It's all been taken care of and squashed. It's just a matter of I need to figure out what my next move is. Do I leave and go to Ford and make even more money than what I'm making now, but it's more time away from my family? Do I keep searching for management positions because I am getting older? I was diagnosed with double carpal tunnel in both my hands, and I got tennis elbow in this right arm. Luckily, the tennis elbow is slowly going away. It's starting to feel better. In both the carpal tunnel, it's there, but it's not really all that bad, so they don't want to do anything about it right now. Yeah, I don't know, decisions. That's where I'm at. That's why I haven't really been posting a ton of videos and stuff lately. I want to post more. This weekend I went and got my transmission that I built. I got to do the valve body and stuff in it. I don't know that I'm ready to start doing that yet. The internals were already built. I just never put the valve body assembly and stuff back together. I have the newer transmission that came in the Grand Marquis with the new torque converter and everything. So what I want to do is pull that new torque converter out of it and put my power performance torque converter from PTC in there. It's a 3000 stall. It's like a 10-inch converter. It's much smaller than the one that's in it. It's either a 10-inch or a 9-inch converter. I want to put that in that transmission and then install that transmission on the car and start putting that car together some more. I plan on doing a little bit this weekend, maybe some this week. So it could be some more videos on that. I'll probably have some more videos while I'm at work. There's a lot of stuff going on politically as well right now. Some of it doesn't make any sense to me. I heard that the Republicans they don't want to release the Epstein files, and Trump doesn't want to release the Epstein files because he says it was all a bunch of made up crap. But now I heard today that they were voting to release the Epstein files, but now the Democrats have voted against releasing the Epstein files. There was some guy called the Older Millennial or something like that. He's got like millions of followers on TikTok, and maybe he does some YouTube, I don't know. But he covers a lot of political stuff, and he was like, yeah, today the Democrats vetoed against releasing the Epstein files, so now they're doing exactly what they were complaining about the Republicans doing. I don't know what's going on in the world anymore, man. And really, to be honest with you, there's a part of me that really just doesn't care, because nothing's going to change with just one or two of us speaking out. More of us need to take action, and there's nowhere near enough people that are willing to get up off their ass and do so. So why even invest the energy and time into it that I have been investing in the past? But I'm interested in your guys' thoughts on that. How would you approach that? My editor for the shorts that pop up on the channel, he actually said, I think what would benefit you the most is if you continue doing your regular YouTube automotive content from time to time, but if you did like your own Ford University, like dedicated videos to how to get into the field, what's the best approach to getting educated, getting certified, how to get into the dealerships, how to get into manufacturer training, what are the ins and outs of the 5-liter Coyote engine or the 3.5 EcoBoost or the 2.7, and have like a segment on each one of them where you talk about it and break things down and talk about your experiences and the inherent issues that you've had. And you could put on like a Patreon class and have it categorized where people could pay like $10 a month or $20 a month, and they could just go through and learn as much as they possibly can without having to surf YouTube. And it would be something really cool for them and for you, and it would be lucrative income, and it would be private. It would be between you and the people, not have Google ads and everything else popping. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, guys. I want to spice things up here a little bit, but then again, I'm in a stump. I'm in a little bit of a rut. I don't know exactly what we need to do. Give me some tips. Give me some advice. What would you guys like to see? Thank you. Be blessed. Take care. Have a good night.